So let's talk quickly. Let's get straight into it. It's amazing to see 137 people here this week. That's going to pump up. We know we've got stage prizes all the time. We've got hourly prizes, and that's the best thing about me being a couple of minutes late this week was people got to do it. I've been trying to get this hourly prize. It's very contested. But what's the week been like, Yorn? Talk to us. What's happened in the last week?
Ooh, I think we finally get the investor announcement out. So that's a relief. So which was good, and actually we are having a much clearer direction of what we wanted to do in the future. So me and Jerry have a lot of meetings regarding to STEPN, where are we going in the future, and probably can talk about it later. But I think it's good that we have more attention. I think, tripled of our user base in the app, which is great. And we set a target of achieving 10,000 daily active user by the end of February. And I think that is well achievable from what we see from the backend now, which is great.
10,000 by February. I like that number. It's a good number to listen to for the crowd. But absolutely massive news this week. $5 million funding round. Big partners. Obviously, Alameda. Let's talk about some of the other partners in the list there, Yorn. So this was a big announcement for you guys, and everyone knows Alameda Research if you listen to Solana and know anything about them. But let's talk about some of the other partners.
All right, I'll just burn out the list. People know Sequoia for pretty much, they invest half Wall Street pretty much, and also half listed public company on Nasdaq. So I think they invest in Twitter, Facebook, Google, all the big companies pretty much. And they are now positioning themselves in the Web3. I haven't seen much crypto project invested. I think we've been one of the few. Which is great. So they're gonna help us in more of the operational side, expanding the HR, bit of the marketing. So we actually purposely get some of the Web2 investors, Sequoia being one, and we also get M13 and OpenSpace. So Sequoia being the one that well known, but M13 and Corner Venture, OpenSpace, they are more the Web2, but they have very strong connection in the more of the offline retail front resources. So they have let's say for example, OpenSpace, they have like 14 offices in the Southeast Asia that can help us to push this in the Southeast Asia much easier because they have people working for them at each regional office. M13 being a US-based company, they have like 30 people working on after investment services that can tap into their marketing team. We can tap into their PR team that will help us to branch out in the state. And the Corner Venture, I think they have about 180 successful exit portfolio, basically down through the IPO. And they will have massive knowledge of how to go public. That's pretty much what we're going to worry in the future. But they generally have a very good idea of how to connect with resources. Corner Venture is a big, they're very close with Strava. So we can sort of do bit of more partnership in that regard. So yeah, so this is all the Web2 company. We get them in purposely because we want to, because in the end, STEPN is it is a retail-oriented app. So we're gonna need retail-oriented VCs to provide the resource. And on the Web3 front, we have Fortis Venture. Jason has been great with helping us and provide a lot of resources in the crypto space. And along with basic Solana, Alameda, so these are the more of Solana based, right? So you have the sort of a legitimacy to be on the Solana, which backed by these two VCs. And DeFi Alliance, they have incredible networks that can connect to pretty much all the resources. We're also part of their cohort at the moment that connecting us with different founders and also with different sort of mentor and incubation programs. And Z Prime is actually a game-oriented VC that they back lots of game-related GameFi projects that basically can work together with a tokenomic design, with a GameFi design. Although we're trying to be more like we're trying to brand it like a Web3 running app at the moment. And Safirmi is the one of the oldest and biggest NFT fund. So they just raised recently $1 million to invest in NFT exclusively. So Safirmi is the first VC that backed CryptoKitty back in 2018 when NFT is still, only little people know about. And now they are pretty much the biggest of the NFT VC at the moment. And six men are well connected in both the Web 2 and Web 3. So we have Serge and Mike, they all from Google, one from Google Wallet and one from Google Play Store. So, and they help us a lot with app listings at the Play Store plus the iOS. And Netscape, they invested a lot of great project, also good resources, and also Solico Fund. So they also part of the Solana ecosystem. Spark and Morningstar, they are well connected in the more of influencer space that which they're gonna come down to promotions in the future. But currently, we're still very much working on refine the product. So yeah, roughly that's the portfolio. I think we have a good mix between the Web 2 and Web 3 because we need resource from this both end. We're gonna start from the Web 3 from the crypto native, but in order to grow to millions of users, in the end, we're going to need the help by the Web2 investors.
Yeah, definitely understand that. So, like, we need Web 2, and did we expect to hear a sneaker partnership this week? Was that on the cards as well?
Sneaker partnership is very much. I think we are very much down, but you just now need to go through all the legal procedures, get all the sign-offs. So we're gonna wait a bit. Again, sneaker brand company, especially the big company, don't move as fast as startups. They have to go through procedures. And so the announcement gonna be out when it's ready. So and they give me the warning, say, all right, they're gonna be a couple of weeks for them to get the internal all the approval down. So but I think it'd be great because that's gonna align well with the future, say IEO IDO. We're gonna then do the partnership with the sneaker brand.
We've just gone through the biggest week of GST earnings with the double GST, and the coin pressure is absolutely massive. Entrance to the game still seems pretty high, Yawn. So, what do we do with that? The entrance is 5.4 Solana roughly. That's not going to be achievable for many standard people. So, how do we get the average people into the game? Is that going to be through the rental system?
Yep. So the ecosystem will not be complete until we roll out the rentals, and but it is a very complex system because with the rental we also have to consider the credit system as well, and you also have to build sort of matching system. So it's a multiple system, multiple discipline, and you're roughly gonna take, even with our speed, we probably gonna take a month and a half to a month to deploy it. So for people complaining that they can't afford a sneaker, so they have to wait until the rental come out. So at best, we estimate to be middle to end of February. So end of February to say early of March, we're gonna have that system out. So once the system is out, I think we will have a complete vertical. People can rent, people can buy, people can trade, and they can cash out freely. And then we will also considering tap into more token ecosystem, for example, other tokens, building a multi-chain wallet, as another way of expand the use base.
Oh, you just dropped a little bit of alpha there, Yawn. Cash out early.
Oh,
You said
okay.
cash. Yeah. Oh, look out, naughty.
So yeah, what I'm saying is I think we are also in the position of adding multiple chain wallet to the app so that people from other ecosystem can also tap into the STEPN.
So, are we not looking at a way of outboarding money at this stage? Have we got credit card ways? FTX announced this week they've got a credit card system coming up soon.
Nice. I think the credit card system will come later in the stage because I think if we are um, only reaching to the crypto native people, then cashing out will not be in that hurry. So people
Yeah.
can still cash out to their exchange wallet.
Yeah.
So we feel that because also you have to go through compliance and you have to pick the right fiat ramps. So we're actually talking to a few providers at the moment, but it's definitely not on the top of the priority list. The priorities will be we probably tap into another chain. We haven't decided which, but so that we can either we can do like Avalanche or maybe we can do a Polygon. So we haven't decided yet, but that's the top priority. So because Solana network has been on and off recently, so that's actually interfere with a lot of user experience. So we also tap into another chain just to curb that. And then we're going to build a rental system. And after rental, we'll be also looking to, at the same time, we're going to look into in-app tutorial. We posted a little video earlier this week. We potentially going to roll it out in the next patch update, which user will understand better where to go, especially they are the new players. And then after that, we're starting to work on the achievement system, the social system. So there's so many things we need to build to scale
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, agreed. That is amazing. And hearing a lot of that information right there, that I'll clip that out later on. There's so much to be built, but you guys have done such a powerful job so far. The marketplace is holding up well, but Solana has been very hard on us in the last week for people doing the experience. If you know if you selling something on the marketplace, your Solana might come in straight away to your wallet, but you can't send it. And if you send NFTs from one wallet to another, it's very hard. So always take care that's not the actual STEPN app causing dramas. It's the fact Solana has been very hard. The TPS is very high at the moment. And obviously, we've had a big dump in the market this week, so that's making more pressure on TPS.
Yep. So according to Solana, they said they're gonna fix that issue in 1 or 2 weeks. But in the meantime, we also want to have a contingency plan
Yeah.
so that we can offer the best experience to our users.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, so where are we at? Did you say 2,000 users at the moment?
Yeah, more than 2,000 daily active users actually. So we are looking to maybe 4,000 by the end of this month. Very
That's
plausible.
that's huge. So let's talk about the last week. We've had double GST. How did the team rate the experience? That finished today. That finished about
Yes.
11 hours ago, 12 hours ago.
I think I think it's good because we see that the GSC price being normalized. I think $3 GSC is a bit ridiculous. Uh, it's all about creating liquidity for the new players that they will not, getting like high price of sneaker or high price of GSC, just to normalize things a little bit because we have new people coming in and there's not enough liquidity, both the sneaker and the token. So the double earning will enable people to mint new sneakers, sell as a real. So we bring down the price and the floor price plus the GSC price without interfere the market directly. I think that's a result. We have done that. So we're quite happy. We see more sneakers being mint in circulation and more people on board. But we're gonna see if this is from what we see, it's pretty successful. So if we see necessary, we probably can do it again in the future. Just a way that we can inject more sort of liquidity to the market. Let's say if we do another big announcement, we're probably going to do another double earning week.
I like that. That's a bit of alpha there, ladies and gentlemen. Potentials double GST coming again. So let's do some numbers. We're talking 2,000 to 3,000, potentially 2,000 daily users, but do we have any kind of metrics on how many sets of common sneakers, uncommon sneakers? How many people are holding maybe 9+ sneakers to get that energy boost? Where do we find that kind of information?
I don't think we have that information. Probably Jerry can answer that question, but personally, I don't see we can see the users' wallet activities. So we can only see how many people are online. We can only see that how long they have been online. But I'm not sure we can peek into their wallet content though. From what we see on the chat from different channels, we starting to see that we starting to see some big spenders showing up basically by like a 20 sneaker box, or the green, even now the blue is on the market now for crazy prices. But we do see people starting to buy a lot of green shoe boxes, and they're spending crazy money, like 50 SOL or something. So there are a certain number of people willing to spend money now showing up, and they are spending good money. That that's how we make the whole economy turn.
But would it not be a good metric for the people to see? So if we had 200 people holding 9+ sneakers, that would be a good way of seeing the gradual growth in the economy. Because obviously, holding 9 sneakers gives us, I think it's 9.0 energy. So they're holding that. Yeah. So is that not a metric that the people should see?
No, I think we are more interested to see the average time people spend in the app, and also the growth of daily active users, because that really shows how active people are using the app, and also how sort of the degree of how we influence them to use that. For example, we see a lot of people that never actually do walking for exercise, or never really just first sit in front of their computers all day, and now we actually shaping their behaviors, and they will naturally go out for a walk every day, and that's what we're interested to see. For people holding multiple sneakers in the wallet, I don't think that's one of the important metric for us, because over the time people will get more sneakers through the minting process. So it just naturally grows. We want to have more people on board, and make them use the app on a daily basis. So that's important to us.
I like that. And for people listening to the stage, we didn't talk about earlier, but like we are doing lots of live events every day and every hour. So the quiz is back on the Discord. Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, Jason and I hit the stage on Twitter, and we do a local Twitter space. So what about the team experience? How's that work with the introduction of the quizzes back to Discord? Is that to just get bonus prizes out, get people a little bit extra hyped, pumped?
I think because we always wanted to do community activities, and with the previous quiz, we suspended because the Discord server couldn't handle when people spamming the button, and normally then you will overload the server and crash it, and it doesn't work in that way. So we spent a few weeks just work out what is the best way that we can do community event without people spamming the answer button. So now we have the two games. So I think it's a great. It's mainly a technical issue that we suspended, and we just come back with a solution, because it is a Discord servers issue, not not our bot issues. But again, we have to do this on Discord, so I have to sort of work around with it.
Yeah, and we also developed a new invitation system, so we can create as many invitation invite links as you can. So pretty new. Everything's ready. So yeah.
Yeah, it was a hectic that back then that people can't get invitation links, and they will have to manually delete other people's link, every hour or so. It become like a very heavy on the labor.
The last week though as well, we've had extra competitions and stuff like that. Double GST. What are we looking at for the next week, Yon? What's happening in the next week?
Next week we are aiming to roll out the in-app tutorial. So that's one important bit that helping people to onboard smoothly. And we actually make some changes because we have to make a balanced choice between fighting against the exploitation and cheat versus user experience. One example is now if people buy a pair of sneakers, they can't run, right? They start with 0 energies.
Yeah.
And but we do that because people, if we allow that, people can just transfer sneaker around and just exploiting that 2 extra energies. And in the next patch, we made some change and to curb it. Then people will see that for people trying to cheat, they cannot get energy they want, but with people that buy the sneakers, they will have certain energy. So we made some changes, and we actually improved on the use experience of the wallet a lot. Because now people actually get a bit confused when I talk to them with the vault, with the wallet, what's the difference, how to transfer it. So we made the whole wallet thing more sort of intuitive to navigate. And we're adding more sort of, the question mark that explain what is it. So people can just move the toggle and then to see, all right, what is a spending account or what is a wallet and how these things work. Compared to now, people that guess, what is this, right? So we actually provide more guidance when people using the wallet, when people using the app. So that's what we're working on for this week. A more and better user experience.
Yeah, I guess like you said, you've aimed for those crypto natives at the start. This is what STEPN was aiming for, and I don't know. It seems quite. It's a good app. It is clean. Even the actual marketplace is very clean to use. Can we expect any functions in the next near term regarding the marketplace? We're used to a lot of things if we go to Magic Eden, Solana, that we can see previous sales, history of sales and stuff like that. Can we see those coming in the game anytime soon?
I think for the previous sale, I think we are doing more like the vintage sneaker. So you can see, for a particular sneaker or sneaker box, who are their say, parents, right? So I think that's something we're working on.
That's a very big one. So if someone buys a sneaker box of 203 million, etc., and they don't know what that's minted from, they actually don't have an understanding of what they might potentially get out of that sneaker box. So how long until we get something like that in game?
We still doing that from the back end. I think that's second on the priority list. The first one is to get the the in-app tutorial down, and then we move into this one, and then we move into the rentals. Yeah, so that's the list of priority. We're gonna try to roll it out before the end of this month.
Yeah, so I'll try and find it while I'm talking about it on my for YouTube. But people need to keep in mind when you mint 2 sets of sneakers that there's a percentage chance based on the sneakers you're minting versus what the higher percentage chance of you're producing. So if you're minting 2 sets of runners together, the likely chance, 90% chance, you're going to mint runners. But if you're minting 1 set of runners, 1 set of walkers, then there's a 45% chance of each. So at the moment, buying a sneaker box of 200,346,000, you don't know potentially what you're gonna open out of that sneaker box. And some people might prefer to do walking, some people might prefer to do running. So it's an important part of the game that's going to come in there, and it's a bit randomized. So it's really cool that you're putting that on the list, Yawn.
Yep. So yeah, we collect feedbacks and for the good recommendations, yeah, we're gonna implement them.
All right, let's get into some of these questions. There was one here. Daily donation. At the moment, you can actually do daily donations in the settings function, and you can set that and save that. Is that designated to go anywhere?
No, that function is not working at the moment because daily donation will start to work once we tap into the carbon offsetting on the blockchain. So once we tap into the API of Nori, we will have that function operational. So people can, so when they donate, we'll go into the pool and then we'll starting to convert that into a stable coin and then use stable coin to buy carbon removal credit. And this will be done in 2 stages. So for the first stage, we will just have an on-chain record of for everybody's donation. It went to buy the carbon removal credit. People can check it online on the blockchain, and that's it. And then the second stage is when you donate, you will receive a NFT, a certificate saying that you have donated this much to carbon removals. So more like a personalized, that you have a proof that you actually reduce the carbon, and then there's a proof of it. So that can be done in 2 stages.
A next question here: when sneaker upgrading, can another sneaker upgrade too? So obviously, the team used to have you could do multiple sneaker upgrades at the same time. Is there a potential that might change because now people are trying to mint as well as level up their main sneakers?
I think that's a trade-off that we have to pick. That so people have to choose. As we said this many times, that we want to make this not a game or not a app that people can rush and just get everything top level, top quality, and then get bored, right? So I think in most cases that the whole journey is also important, that people will take them time just to go through it. So
Yeah.
don't need to really to hurry up, just rush to the top level, get everything they need. Rather, this is in the end, this is a fitness app. The move turn is incentivize people to move, and the end goal is get healthy. So the longer people spend time on the app, actually get more fit and healthier, and I think that's the important bit.
The next one here is regarding the multiplayer games, which is I know on the radar very soon. So, when would people be incentivized to spend GST to get a better status among players? It's more about a question about multiplayer. So, if we look at when we got those coming in the functions soon.
Yeah, so the multiplayer will be the leaderboard. Again, we are now assessing which one should we do the first. Should we do the social first, or should we do the the multiplayer first? Or we can do a different form of multiplayer. So we actually just had that conversation like an hour ago. So we haven't got an answer. We still got a pretty handful of stuff we need to do. We're probably gonna have a clear choice between these two next week. AMA of which one we wanted to do first, because we also have some very interesting thought on how we can build a better social connections, because now this is like a single player app, right? You compete against yourself record, and once we add a social in a form, it become sort of a multiplayer. You can actually let's say connect with other people. You can interact with another people. But not in the beginning. It's not going to be in a competitive way. But we're definitely going to add a certain level of PvP down the track. We talk about marathons. Yeah, so either we're going to do the social part first, or we're going to do the PvP part first. So yeah, next week we're going to know.
Next week, I like that. And yeah, I think the marathons might be a bit hard to reach straight away, isn't it? You know, like you've come out, you've got the move to earn. Um, Marathons are 42 Ks for people that haven't done them before. I'm not even close
Oh,
to getting myself ready for a
that,
marathon.
definitely not the full marathon. We talk about more like a 2 km, sorry, 2 kilometers, 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers.
Yeah.
So that's like a mini marathon. Not gonna be the full stuff, right? People can injure themselves.
Personal galleries for runners. So, is there going to be any kind of additional in-game functions towards personal achievements, galleries, sections like that? Are you going to get NFTs and stuff involved?
Yeah, the achievement is definitely under our radar. So we definitely gonna do the achievement bit to get people more involved. So that part either probably gonna come after the social part, and the social part will either before the leaderboard or after leaderboard. So it's in the pipeline.
It's hard.
So yeah.
It's hard, isn't it? Everyone keeps asking for when are you doing this? When are you doing this? There's so many things. Like,
There's so many things that we're trying to push as hard as possible, but we have, again, we don't have like a relatively
there's
good
only
size of developers. But
there's
yeah.
only so many developers in the game. That's right. You guys have pumped out the first marketplace, and then there's so many things. You know, the first wallet. You've got a trading function. It's amazing. There is a good one here though regarding sneaker types. So at the moment, we've seen a lot of rares coming into the market. Not into the market. You were saying tonight earlier there was the first one on the market. I haven't seen that yet, but rares are starting to sneak in now. People are producing these rares. What are we looking at like at that? Are you able to upgrade rares, or are they stuck because they need GMT?
At the moment, you'll be stuck. But as we are approaching to February, we're aiming to get the IDO down in February, latest March. Then it's again around the corner. So for the first to going further of the rare, it will be very much doable after we done the listing. So I would say another month or two, we're gonna hit the market, and then people can access to the GMT functions very soon. So I think that this is gonna go hand in hand until we have more rares. We will definitely to see that the GMT will come in play when we have more rares on the market. People starting to mint rares. That at the same time that the GMT gonna be GMT gonna be available.
But people can't mint rares at the moment, can they? Is it due to GMT lock? I haven't seen the function myself.
The dev team has to suspend that. So we didn't expect the rare gonna come out this fast. We playing catch ups. I'm actually talked to the dev team that with the 28 level 28 up to 30, we're gonna ask for the GMT to go further, and same with the rare. So it is doable now, but we're gonna postpone some. We're gonna impose some restrictions in the next patch update.
Yeah, so let's just reiterate that then at the moment you can actually upgrade your sneakers to 29 and level 30 with GST, but originally explained in the white paper you need a GMT to do that as well. So is that how long until that gets changed?
Next
It's
patch
already
update.
it's already changed. So
Oh,
people
it's already
can
changed. Oh, okay.
yeah.
So now that's
Yeah.
that's turned off. So that's a special privilege that early adopters have got to do. Like you've got to really realize this. This wasn't the team giving people certain advantages. This was giving the early adopters advantage. So have we got numbers on that then, Jerry? How many people have hit level 30 sneakers?
I haven't checked yet, but I think roughly 10 people.
Oof, 10 people. Really, only that little, even last week. So, a week ago, I mentioned on stream here that I took my sneakers to level 30, and it's still only 10 in that time.
I just know. I just guessed the number. I don't know.
Come on, give us the gossip, Jerry.
I really don't know. Yeah, I can check it and send a message tonight. I don't know now.
That's super cool though. So people understand, and there's a reason why level 30 is important. You can name your sneakers, plus also it gives you a chance to earn GMT, and that means later on in the game to be able to level your sneakers up 29 and 30, you actually have to buy GMT to be able to level them up, as you need that to be able to, once you're at level 30, then you're earning that. It's a bit different. It's an intelligent part of the game. I do like it.
Yep.
Maybe
so,
even more with level 30.
we-
Yeah.
We
Okay, go ahead.
actually we actually are trying to design more sort of more of a complex mechanic when the sneaker hit level 30. So it's still in the making. Yeah, so we will release it once we finally decide what we're gonna do. But it will be interesting because that will make the whole STEPN app a next level.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned in some of my tweets that we're actually pivoting away from a GameFi project or mobile GameFi or move to earn app. We're actually a bit more ambitious of creating a more of a next generation fitness and social apps.
Yeah.
So your sneaker become a ticket to more perks, because once we become a platform, we're gonna go into different phases, and the first phase we're gonna get into is you'll be able to get, say, perks from other communities or other projects tap into our ecosystem. So that's what I said. And with a dual mining, for example. So if any other project want to do, for example, promotions, right? And because our user can prove that they are genuine person because they work every day. We can say, all right, these people work. They cannot be a fake account, and they somehow work in our game. That doesn't work in that way. So we can absolutely sure that there's a genuine person and are exercising on daily basis. And then this project will be more inclined, say, to airdrop stuff, because they know when they spend on marketing or on airdrops, they're actually targeting to a real person.
Yeah.
And that's a way that we can offer real value to our users. So that's the first step, that we are becoming like airdrop platforms, right? So if we have, say, 100,000 daily active users, and these users will not only earn GST, they're probably going to earn a whole range of different other tokens, other perk.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you work your levels up, and there's at the moment that the shift in Solana and NFT minting this is talking about NFTs, but people want to whitelist entire NFT productions. So if there's 3,000, they want to whitelist between 3 and 6,000. They want to up to 2 times that. So there's a potential chance there for you guys to be able to partner up with anybody in the community.
And also don't forget that sneaker brand also want to have more brand present on the Web3. So effectively, they probably gonna be also benefit from their side. So what we're trying to build is a multi sort of a layer of giveaways. Hopefully that these people will want to the brand will want to access to real users. And then in exchange, they probably can offer different type of benefits to our users. So that's the reason, I think, to partner up with the sneaker brand, that they will have their brand presence on the Web3, and the user will have real benefits, either a physical benefit or or even like NFTs, right? So in the end, it will be a value creation platform Firstly, it's done by different partnerships, and then at a later stage, we imagine that the user will starting to build their own content on the platform, which they can create values to other players, which they can also benefit from value creation, because they're going to have a portion of majority of the incomes from either tipping or from selling of their content, for example. So that's what we picture that down the track of growing the value creation platforms.
Yeah, I can see lots of good questions in the live question channel. Shall we pick more from them?
Yep. I'm trying to go through them. So there is a good question here from Hito San. There's a question here regarding people are active with the game of STEPN, but they can't speak English as well, but they can read and write. They want to be involved in these discussions of the project, but unable to do so because of the language barriers. Is there a plan to hire a translator for this?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, probably we can hire a translator translate those materials to other different languages.
I've noticed
personally,
that
I can. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
you have
like a
the social. There's a social channel for a lot of multiple language platforms, but how do we do this? How do we language change this in Discord?
I think the best and easiest way is if we can have some sort of an app. I think there is certain service available that they can record and turn your voice into word, and then people in different languages can just Google Translate.
Yeah.
And so that would be easy because got a translator. I think that's a bit head heavy. And we don't know which language to translate to or from. And I mean, Google Translate is pretty accurate. I use that all the time. So
I think
so if
now
we can get it,
Yeah, now we have Chinese community, which is very well built, and we have Indian community, and we have some India community helper, and we have the Korean community, a good Korean community helper, and we have Russian, right? And those people can help the community members to understand more about the project, and maybe also translate the white paper, the important materials.
So have we got those set as a language channel? I'm just having a look in Discord now. So
yeah. We have massive. We have lots of If you can see, you can see that's the international category.
Yep.
And then you can click the flag. Click one flag and
that'll open up a Discord channel for it. Yeah, I see. That's perfect.
Yeah. So we encourage people from those countries. If you are active user and if you want to help, you can apply the internet helper, and we'll give you more information about the project, and then you can help your people.
Yes, and also I started to curate AMA down from other places. For example, we down 2 AMA, one with Boundify and one with Slope, and those AMAs, the written AMA is now in our Medium channel, and people can just copy and paste and then translate that in the Google Translate.
The AMA with Slope was in Telegram, yeah.
Telegram, yeah.
Yeah, and the one with Jabber, Bone Feeder, that was very disappointing. I must say, it was very disappointing. When are we going to get domain names? Can we get domain names in?
Yeah, I mean, I spent it's like 0.001 Solana pre-message.
Yeah, it was a really weird one to watch. I couldn't get it live, so I downloaded it. It wasn't super late for Australians. It was like 10 o'clock Queensland time, so that's 10:30 for you. You're on 11 o'clock for you, Jerry. So it wasn't super late, but it was such a weird program to use, and I thought, wow, is this what 3.0 AMAs are meant to be about?
And you have to refresh. You have to maybe go in and out every time to refresh the chat to see more chats, right?
So give us the gossip on that. When are we going to get bone feeder names in? I've got STEPN, barndog, barndog, STEPN, but when can we actually start using those names?
Was that the STEPN.sol, the domain name?
Yeah, just if you pick a domain name and you throw it into your STEPN wallet, when can we start using those in app?
All right, you're giving me a good, reminder. I'll do it as soon as I can. But yeah, let's see in next months.
Just for people using the wallets, that simplifies it, right? It makes it so when we
Sure.
want to send from one sneaker to another, from one wallet to another wallet, if we want to send it to a family member, it makes it easier for the average user.
For sure, but as I know, there's only very few people have the Solana name. But yeah, definitely we should do it. We're working on it. Okay, in the next month.
Let's encourage it more. Let's give away prizes for it, Jerry.
Yeah, okay. I'll just give you more information about what we are going to do in the next month, okay? Sorry,
Okay.
hello?
No, we're still here, bro. We're still here.
Yeah. Firstly, we're going to do the new user tutorial to make it more easier to understand the app when people download and register STEPN, which will be done in the next week. And the next priority thing is the rental system, and we are thinking about integrate another layer 1 chain, which will be done in the next 4 weeks, a new chain and the rental system. Then after that, following with I'm thinking the achievement system, and could be the online marathon. And after that, we're going to do the social part. So that's the big plan for what we are going to do in the next few months.
So
go ahead.
And that was awesome with the 15-part tweet that we had from STEPN regarding the partnerships and the procedure of the next month and the next 3 months. What's are leaderboards expected, or do we expect rentals first? Like, they are big major changes for you guys. Surely they are massive game changers. So is one expected before the other?
I'm thinking to do the leaderboard with social elements because the rental is more urgent, and we want to those people who don't have enough fund to buy sneakers, they can join and they can play, and those people who have lots of if they want to spend, they can spend more money and buy sneakers to rent them out, so which is very helpful to everyone, and which is very helpful for us to build up the community, and that's the plan. So leaderboard will be well, we're coming with the social part.
So expect socials, leaderboards first, and rentals after. Is that where you went with that, Jerry?
No.
Rental first.
Rental first. Rental and another layer 1 chain first. So when Solana is done, people can still withdraw or deposit and GSTs or other coins to buy sneakers or sell sneakers, and then we will do the let me see. Oh, I just forgot.
That's a massive upgrade. For people listening, that's a massive upgrade. If you guys are tackling that rental system next, I'm super impressed. And the rental system means it's free for people to get in and be able to move to earn. And that's massive. It's a huge achievement. So to tackle that next, I'm excited, honestly.
Yeah. for sure, because yeah, all of us are thinking, the sneakers are too expensive, but we cannot control the market.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
can't,
yeah, yeah.
you can do nothing. So we just did the double earning to give to give more supply of about the GST. We're trying to lower the price, but seems it was failed. GST is still
It went
high,
back
and
up.
Yeah, it went up on the investor announcement in the last 24 hours, 48 hours. But it is super exciting to see, it went over $3. So the double GST earnings did relieve the pressure a little bit. But to hear rentals are coming out soon. Let's get into some more questions from the crowd, though.
Yep.
I've seen this as well a couple of times. So people are asking, is there going to be a way that you can combine sneakers? So if you potentially have two commons, can you combine them to make one uncommon?
No,
That
that's a
doesn't work in that way.
no.
The way I actually talk about how people can improve their existing sneakers internally. But until we finalize the solution, I will just keep it secret. But combining two common sneaker to uncommon, looking at the floor price now, is gonna be a very good deal, right? We are actually thinking about several different ways, right? In the end, I believe that people can optimize their sneaker. But how they do it, we will have a lot of discussions, make a lot of balance before we make the announcement. Because really, the next step is for the sneaker number 1 to number 10,000, because the rarity of the number, people will want to have them for, say, social show off sort of purposes. And if the sneaker is a common sneaker, right? And it's sort of it's not good to show off like a common sneaker, right? You want to have a higher level, right? So particularly for the number 1 to 10,000, I think the holder of the sneaker will want to improve their existing sneaker so that they can preserve that number. And we actually talk about this internally of how we can do this. So that's coming up, gonna be the more like a middle stage of the project.
That's interesting. I'm trying to work out where the alpha is in that. So there's another question here which regards, we've got 4 attributes currently: efficiency, luck, comfort, and resilience. Have you considered more attributes like weight, shop absorbers, flexibilities, other people joining? Like we've got 4 abilities at the moment. Have you considered more?
I think we originally designed 8, and then we're looking at these attributes. That's gonna take a lifetime for people to work around of which one is which. So we started, sometimes I think less is more. If I have a complex system that each of the attributes sort of intertwine with another one, then the design complexity going off the roof. And also people will get confused, say, okay, which one is which? Because there are so many people can remember, and we don't want to overcomplicate it, the whole process, and create confusion. So we pick the most important 4 attribute and cut all the rest. So we're gonna stay at 4 attribute. What we can do is we can add different features to existing attributes, right? So one thing that we're working on is the comfort. So it will have some function once we release the future update to make it more like a sought after attribute. So that's what I can say now. So rather than having a lot of attribute, we're gonna combine them into selective attribute. Different features into selective attribute.
Different features.
We're probably gonna Yeah, we're probably gonna add more features to the lock. Comfort. So yeah, so
Ever
that's a plan.
ever changing. Watch this space. Things are going to get spicy.
Yeah, so the details gonna be released once we fully test it, the system, and it'll be interesting.
All right.
Yeah. So next, so we just want our users focus more on the achievements, their own achievements, and the badges, and to build up a good a habit of running every day, to focus more on themselves, and other than just play the game, with STEPN.
Yeah, I put a tweet say this is not a move to earn app. This should be a move and earn app, right? So the move should be naturally inspired rather than motivated by money, right? And the earning is just on top. And in the future can be earning of other things like achievement system, the social system. So it's no longer monetary, right? You're gonna be a social. You're gonna be belonging. You're gonna be achievement, self actualizations, right? All this like higher need, um, and financial gain is just part of it.
All right, we're coming close. We are on the hour now. We got two big questions. I noticed this week in the 15-part tweet, you mentioned Fitbits potentially being in the next quarter. So that gets asked every single week from the crowd. Fitbits, smart devices, watches, phones. How is the team looking at that?
It's very much on the list. The wearables is definitely what we're gonna integrate, because if we are gonna tap into the runner community, and I asked around, and they don't carry their phones,
Yeah.
very little of them carry the phones, and they all wear like wearables. So again, we
we just
talked
discussed
about it.
today. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Just discussed
Yeah,
today.
go ahead.
Shall we, let's say, produce a new hardware, wearables, and integrate not only the fitness tracking device, but also something you can store your PFPs and your fitness data, and on the blockchain. It should come with some sort of the cold wallet thing, and install your PFPs and lots of things, and connect with others. It's like a key to Web3 world, and yeah,
It's not only a key to the Web3 wallet, it's also the key to your social graph as well. But
Yeah.
that's the social design. So we're gonna stop there. So it's too much.
Yeah. It is a lot. That is a lot of alpha there. And I guess, like I said, we are above the hour. Let's quickly talk about two attributes at the moment: comfortability. You mentioned on that a couple of questions ago. Comfortability. You're fixing the app out to work. So that's part of your functions at the moment.
Comfort is not in any part of currently function. Comfort has no function, and because what we're thinking, the function related to hasn't been released yet. So once we have the comfort function kick in, that's gonna be roughly in the next 2 patch update, and people will see.
Are you gonna do a function later in the game, Yawn, then where you can respec your sneakers?
Respecing is something we're definitely gonna do. And but how we do it, in which way, we still in discussion. Like, for example, how much, in which token,
Maybe
does it
some
have a
GMT
cooldown?
involved. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what form of a penalty? Is there a penalty? So things like that, right? So it's more like a detailed design. But respec is definitely something we're gonna do. Or you can't just do it. Maybe it's another NFT that do the respec, right? Maybe it's dropped from the loot box. So it's something that we have to finalize. We have several options. Which one we're gonna pick? We're gonna decide.
And mystery boxes luck. Where are we going with the mystery boxes?
Mystery box. Probably Jerry can talk about it. I think in the next maybe 1 or 2 patches. Because
Yeah,
the
should
luck.
be ready. Sorry, should be ready in a week. Then you will start to receive the root box, and you can open the root box and get gems. Should be ready in a week. But if not, probably sorry, another.
Is that Yawn talking at Jerry's mobile
No, it's
there?
Jerry's. I think with the luck value is such a tricky value to tweak for us. It took us about a couple weeks to decide how we're gonna set up the formula of calculate the drop rate, to calibrate the time that we're gonna open the loop box, and yeah, so we spent a lot of time with several of the leading pretty good game producers, because data modeling is very important, and we want to get it right. So we go back and forth, and I think the data modeling was done only recently, and yeah, so we, as Jerry said, so the model is right, is down. So it's now a matter of time we implement them, and then people are starting to receive the loot box.
Yes, it's just such a massive part of the gameplay that we're missing right now. It's like from a gamer's point of view.
We when we released the app, lots of the data modeling was done sort of in a hurry, so we have to go back and revamp a lot of things. And the mystery box drop rate is one of them, and we have that's because it's such a big element of the gamification part. So it is important for us to get the number right. So there's lots of variables involved. But now it's ready, now it's down, so we can just roll it out.
I think part of it is because people that played the closed beta, every run you did, if you did it for a certain amount of time, you were guaranteed a loot box. So because you got that mystery box every single time, but now you don't get it at all, it was such a huge change.
Because just to give example is there are several factors we have to consider. For example, at how long you have walked around, you are starting to receive a loot box, and then from which point the loot box starting to become a better one, right? So so how long you have walked around versus what's your luck value, and then there's also other random sort of contributors to the loot box drop, and also the quality of loot box drops, and plus of what contain the loot box. Does it contain any drop? It cannot. It can contain nothing, and so those all has to be considered, and also for how long they can be open, and how much you can boost it. So those has to be sort of all put into number crunching, and then get the right sort of setting, right? So let's say the level 1 versus level 2, 3, 4, 5, in which scenario can get what. So because it have several factors contributing to the drop rate, it took a bit time for us to work around.
No, that's massive. It's huge news for the week. Absolutely massive with the partnership announcements. And it's super awesome to hear that probably one of the biggest things we're going to see currently is the rental system coming out. So, I mean, we've gone above the hour at the moment. Do you want to wrap it up, Jorn? What do you think is going to be the biggest things coming out in the next week?
Next week gonna be more of a intermediate week, because we have we just keep rolling out like massive update, like what is the trade system, marketplace, and the whole team is pretty much burned out a little bit. So we give them like a few days off, and but we're gonna continue building. We're gonna do the in-app tutorial. Now I think it's good for us to take a pause and then look back of what we have built, and then to improve on it, and then we move on to the next step. And I think that's important because if we build something, we want to make sure that it's easy to use and operate smoothly. And same thing with Solana network is if it's congested like this and interfere with the user experience, then we have to have a contingency plan. So next week will be more on the patching up. The lock value, the gem system going to be online. In-game tutorial, improvement on wallet, and then we're gonna talk internally of which a secondary chain we're gonna tap into as part of the contingency. So that I think gonna last until either end of this month or the beginning of next month, and then we will move on to the social or the achievement and plus the rental. So there will be I think 1 to 3 weeks gap for us to consolidate. I think it's important for us to consolidate of what we have built to improve on what we have built, and then move on. Yeah, and then to shift away from GameFi, right? People still talk this like a game, but it's okay because at the moment it is a game, right? It is.
Absolutely massive. Jerry, have you got anything you want to finish off with this week?
I'm pretty happy. I'm open to any suggestions from everyone. Yeah, and another thing. Sorry, another thing is we are choosing another a backup chain to be part of STEPN, and anyone if you have any suggestion, just you can post it in the elite chat, and we can discuss about it.
It's a great project every week. Yawn, Jerry, absolute pleasure. Any closing thoughts again, Yawn?
Yeah, just one thing that if anyone has in-depth of PR experience, talk to us, and we are now looking for an in-house PR personnel.
All right, let's wrap it up there, ladies and gentlemen. Another great week, another big week coming out. So much more happening. Get moving. Back Monday morning, jogging with Barndog. Get moving, get earning. Even though the double GST is finished, it doesn't mean you can't still make really good money, but it starts from 10 minutes a day is the big thing. That's the important thing. Starts from 10 minutes a day with a pair of common sneakers.
Right.
Thank you.
All right, I'll see you next week.
Thank you, Mother, for the rabbits.